Mic check, mic check. Just going to update my title. Right. Bear with me. Welcome everyone. I can see you all coming in. Damn, Emily got the notification. Hey. Right, there we go. Updated that title. Let's see if it wants to update this title as well. Yeah, it's updated. Right, welcome everyone. How are we all doing? Hope we're all doing well. Thank you, Weiss. Major Gaming, welcome. A few Twitch peeps in. Moy, Emily, hello. Jaden, Keith, Finks, Sniper, Andrew, Dennis. How many that? Not sure what you mean, mate. George, welcome. Jason, we are live, mate. We are live indeed. You need any Twitch mods? I don't know, mate, to be honest. I'm not sure. Maybe. I'm not sure how many we've got. First, no. DJ Phil. Skits, welcome. Cheers, Dennis. Thanks, mate. Learning Electronics Repairs, welcome. Learning Electronics Repairs has got a YouTube channel, guys. Let me get his link. Let me post a link to Learning Electronics Repairs. There we are. Let me post a link to that. Go check this guy out. He's got a great channel. Covers a wide variety of electronics stuff. So yeah, go check him out. There's a link in the chat. Live on a Friday. Yeah, I had a few hours sleep, so yeah. Daddy80, welcome. Terry, welcome. Daniel, welcome. Nigel. Is there a new table? It is, mate. Yeah. No, different place, mate. It's we are in my loft. Thank you, Terry. Jack, welcome, mate. How's it going? Emily Gay. Fuck you. Oh, there's another channel called Learning Electronics Repair. I thought. Oh, okay. I just showed the wrong channel. Whoops. Go check that guy out anyway. He's got a good channel. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Okay. Yeah, wrong one. Wrong channel. But yeah, let me know when you do upload some stuff, man. I'll check it out. Thank you, Mark. YouTube did delete about 200 subs, so I went below 30 again, but it's just about got back to 30k. And it's just getting back to 30k. Any more PS5s? I've got a few in the queue, but I've got some other stuff which needs to be done first. Did I get it right? Oh, okay. I'm confused now. I'm confused now. Because a lot of the subs, I mentioned it on Discord, there was about... There was someone set up a comment bot, and there was about 200 subscribers, which wasn't real, which did really annoy me, to be honest. I didn't want fake subs. Oh, I'm dropping frames. How am I dropping? Why am I dropping frames? Oh, I've lost the internet connection. Are we back yet? Let me try lowering the bit, mate. Why is cat hidden? Because cat's banned. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to lower the bit rate a little bit. Yeah, I'm not going to discuss that situation, but, you know. Yeah. The people involved know why. Seems good on Twitch. It's definitely dropping a few frames. Not sure why. I've just lowered the bitrate a little bit. Yeah. I really need to wire in a new Ethernet cable. Really need to wire in a new Ethernet cable. Right. Before I do anything, I have a couple of gifts from someone. A couple of gifts from someone. So, first off, let me make sure I don't give his information away because his email address is on the note. So, don't want to give his email address. George, welcome. Beebs, welcome, mate. How's Cody, buddy? How's Cody doing, mate? Right, okay, so I've got a little note off him and some little stuff to show off. So, it says, the note says, "Hi Phil, I'm donating these things to help you out. I love the work you do. There's 2 flush plier cable wire cutters. I'm giving you 1 pair for your nephew, so he has a pair if he gets into repairs or if he wants to make something again like he did on the live stream. And the rest is to help you out. Please could you show it on a live stream? Thanks and keep up the great work you do. Regards, Steve Teeley." So yeah, thank you, Steve. Massive thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. So Steve sent over some stuff. Some stuff in a little box. Locked in watching. Nice, mate. How's it going, Cody? I hope you're doing well, mate. Right, so what have we got? I have had a quick look. Right, so there's a couple of pairs of flush cutters. So these are definitely going to come in handy. There was 2 pairs. Oh, there's the other pair. There it is. Yeah, so 2 pairs of them. One's for Callum. Some of you will remember Callum. Callum's my nephew, and he come on a live stream fixing some stuff. So he gave me a pair for him and a pair for me. I think that's it for that package. A pair for him and a pair for me. So yeah, they're definitely going to come in handy. Use safety glasses. Nope. I don't use a fume extractor. I'm not using safety glasses. Ed, welcome. That dude, welcome. Carl, welcome. KD. Mine has been slow tonight. Yeah, I think it's Virgin Media, to be honest, though. But yeah, 2 pairs of them, so it's gonna come in handy. Some desoldering wire. I think this is just the stuff you get off eBay, I think. But we'll give it a try. We shall give it a try. We have a Atten angled nozzle, because I broke mine. I have ordered one, but it's taking forever to come, so definitely needed one of them. So yeah, I kind of broke mine. I'll split it. Definitely needed one of them. We have some Kingbow Flux and another Team Executor X-clamp removal tool. I've got a couple of X-clamp removal tools now. Got some solder. I'm not sure what solder this is. If Steve's in the chat, maybe you could tell me. Seems to have a fairly decent melting temperature though. And it's some nice thick stuff, so I can use it for like HDMI, HDMI ground points and stuff. And it seems to have a decent melting temperature. This is pretty cool. It's a cup warmer. I can't use it tonight because I haven't got a UK plug, but it's a cup warmer. Or rather a UK to EU converter. It's like a hot coaster. It keeps your coffee at 55 degrees Celsius. That's pretty cool. I'll be giving that a try for sure. We have as well, yeah, I'll definitely give that a try, a multi-charger for laptops, which is definitely going to come in handy for a video I've got coming up soon, which is going to be a challenge with Wayne from Wayne's Noob Repairs UK. So yeah, that's definitely going to come in handy, a multi-charger for a laptop, or for laptops, because I don't actually own any laptop chargers anymore. So the multi-charger is definitely going to come in handy for a video I've got coming up. And then, last but not least, another capture card. So these are I think they buy these for about between £7 and £10 off AliExpress, I think, for this little capture card. But this will do for capturing the video output, like the from the consoles. So rather than using a HDMI switch, I can just use this because they don't take much power, and you know they do fine for just capturing video for you know, the what do you call it, for the consoles, just to be able to test them. You know, so I can show it on the screen. So yeah, that will come in handy. So Steve, massive thank you, mate. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. Keep sending me gifts, I don't mind. Just unsecure the extra ground pin. Yeah, I'll just buy a converter. Stick your hands on there if you get too cold. Yep. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it, Chris. There's certain things that have gone on which warranted a lifetime ban. I'd rather not talk about it. Ah, Steve, he's in the chat. Hello, mate. Massive thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. Alright, let me just... Oh, thank you, Keith. I was just about to deal with that. Cheers, buddy. I have to go onto the thingy to do it. Onto the actual YouTube chat to do it. Mr. PS5 Fixer. Thank you, mate. No, it was Steve Teeley. Yeah, Steve Teeley is a viewer of the chat. Massive thank you, Steve. I really... A viewer of the channel, rather. Steve, honestly, mate, massive thank you. So yeah, I'll give Callum a pair of these. And yeah, thank you for my pair as well. So yeah, these will come in handy just for capturing consoles rather than having to use the capture card. The 4K capture card with a splitter. And this, how did you know? I really needed one. That was just, I mean, it was my fault. I was trying to get it off, I got it stuck. And it was my fault that I broke it. To be fair, it's seen some use as well. So my junk switches, didn't want to pay me back when I returned. Ah, right. Okay. Chris, are you on Discord, mate? If you are, send me a DM if you can. So yeah, that definitely going to come in handy. I missed my angled nozzle. I really missed my angled nozzle. Right, let's get to some fixes, shall we? I did cover your email address, by the way. The only reason I didn't cover your name is because it comes up your name on chat, by the way, mate. That's the only reason I didn't cover your name. But I did cover your email address, mate. Make sure that no one could see it. yeah, honestly, massive thank you. I'll give this a try if I need to in a little while. Right, so let's just try and find out what is wrong with this then, because this has come from a business customer, not Console Repair London, but it's come from a business customer. And I can't remember what's wrong with it. I'm pretty sure it was no display, but I can't remember. Thank you, Hot Stuff. Cheers, mate. Daniel, welcome. Nelson, welcome. Thank you, mate. Bots are always in, mate, yeah. Or I'll get his bills in the mail. Yeah, no worries then. Right, let's see what's wrong with this. I'm sure it's no display. I could be wrong. I'm sure it's no display. With a prior repair attempt, I think. I'm not sure. So I'm pretty sure the retime has been changed, but then it's still got no display, and he also wants me to look over it because he doesn't do micro soldering as his main job. And I think he's changed the retimer and still got no display, but he said it could be his poor soldering, or it could be something completely unrelated. So we'll see. So I'm going to turn on the TV. And when you're coming to finish decorating? Henry, welcome. Yeah, my internet's playing up today. I don't know why. I've dropped 1,338 frames so far. Finally caught a live stream. Yeah, welcome, mate. Thank you. Hot stuff, Chris. Thank you for the resub, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you, buddy. Right, okay. So we have no display on this. So at the minute, because I haven't got it set up, I will set that with the capture card up. But at the minute, I haven't got it set up, so I'll just do this. We're on HDMI. Well, we should be on HDMI 1. I'll just double check that. Yep, HDMI 1. So we're on HDMI 1 and no display. So yeah, let's get to it. So these are just repairs which I've had for about a week, and I need to get them out now. Right, that's not shutting down, but I will test the hard drive when I take it out, because I've been trolled a couple of times where it won't shut down and the hard drive's still bad, and I've ended up wasting retimers, because when I take a retimer off because I want to take it off to replace it, I don't pay attention to what heat I'm using. I'll just whack it full blast and just rip it off, because it's just easier. It's just easier. Look, if you don't have any intention of putting the chip back on, then you just blast it off with heat, and then obviously if you're replacing it, you're throwing the chip away anyway, so it doesn't matter usually. But then when you get situations like the other day where I replaced a retimer, and the reason I replaced the retimer was because of the fact that it wasn't shutting down after 30 seconds, and then it turned out the hard drive was bad anyway, and it wasn't the retimer that was causing no display. You end up losing a chip. So I couldn't pass that cost on to the customer because it wasn't what caused the issue. So I ended up having to suck it up with a $5 down. Yeah, new workbench, mate, yeah. Skype's back at school Monday, sweet. Yeah, no worries then. Yes, it's a little bit awkward on Fridays because I'm in London and Sarah goes shopping, so it's a little bit complicated on a Friday. It's all good. For those that don't know, Emily's my twin sister, and she's doing well. The way I see it is, I can decorate myself. I want the two living rooms downstairs. So we've got 2 rooms downstairs, and I want them decorated by Christmas because the plasterer left them in a right mess. He's already told me, yeah, there's no screws in it. The screws are missing to it. He's already told me that. Yeah, so basically, I want them decorated by Christmas, but I've got to work, and Sarah can't do it on her own. So my sister's pretty good at wallpapering, so she's doing it all for me. She's basically doing everything, and I'm just paying her to do it. Alright. Right, it looks like the hard drive's been replaced, so I don't think I need to check it, to be honest. But I will anyway. Thank you, Tommy. Wayne, welcome, buddy. Did you buy the... Yeah, I did buy the kids a 4K telly. And then Amazon. So most of you will know that Amazon blocked me for constantly returning things. Like, I'm a fussy fucker when it comes to quality of products and stuff. So I kept on returning things, and they banned me for it and said I was abusing the return policy. So we opened another account, and we bought a 4K telly for the kids. And Amazon went to deliver it today, but they'd blocked the account again. And when they blocked the account again, because it was linked to a phone number, not an email address, because we hadn't got another email address to use, they wanted a passcode to be able to send it. And because there's no email address, we haven't got the passcode. So they've been twice today. They've just turned up about 10 to 10 for the second time, asking for the passcode so they can deliver the item. And yeah, and we can't give it them because we haven't got it. So at the minute, no, we haven't got the telly, but I did order one. Wallpapering is not easy. No, I mean, I can't wallpaper anyway, so I mean, I don't like doing it. Right, why am I not? Oh, I'm not plugged in. Never mind. That would explain it. Not plugged into USB. Let's just get that plugged in. Right, let's go to my desktop. Yeah, I installed RGB lights, yeah. Right. So I'm going to load up Crystal Disk Info. And interesting, it's not showing. Apple HDD. Wait, I'm missing a hard drive on my computer. Or am I? No, I'm not. I haven't got my 4 terabytes externally. Never mind. Function, rescan. Right, so it looks like the partitions are not on here, but it is reading as good. Huh. Oh, come on. Pick up the damn hard drive, will ya? Alright, my dock's playing up now. There we go. Yeah, there's no partitions on it. Alright, that could explain it. This has come out of a Apple computer by the look of it. I mean, it's titled as Apple HDD, so it's come out of an Apple. And if you look on these here, it's got partition 1 is system size is 200 megabytes. Partition 2 the partition type is unknown, and it's 465 gigabytes. So we need to clean this drive completely. And there's no partitions. So now what we can do is just, if we go now to the Xbox software, there it is. So if we load up command prompt again, so this could explain no display. Oh, what am I doing? So I'm going to run the Xbox preparation software. And we're going to replace the drive, or rather we're going to reformat the drive. We're going to go 3. We're going to erase all data, and we're going to select a 500 gig. And what that's going to do is it's just going to create the partitions that we need for the Xbox, as you can see there. So I'm just going to cancel out of all of these. And as the partitions assign themselves some drive letters, it will bring them up. Stop it. Eventually it will load them all fully. There we go. So that's done. So I can exit out of that now. And then if I go to this PC now, we've got the partitions available for the Xbox. That works. That works. So yeah, so that hard drive is prepared now. So given the fact that it wouldn't have been able to access that partition because it would have been an Apple partition, it looks like it's come out of an Apple MacBook. So given that it wouldn't have been able to access the partition, it could literally just be a simple case of having to install the software, or prepare the hard drive and then install the software. So let's give it a test. Let's give it a test. But I know now that the hard drive is good and it's fully prepared and ready for OC1. Let's just get rid of that cable. So if this is the cause, then, you know, not all. Yes, you do need to, you are right there, King. You do need to flash it through the USB drive, but if it's used in an Apple partition, then there is a chance that it might not pick up the partition, which means it might not load up into recovery mode, because it might not think there's a hard drive in there. So there is always that chance that it could be causing it. I mean, I'm still not getting no signal, but you know, there is always that chance. There is always the off chance that that could be causing it because of the fact that it was an Apple partition, not a partition that Windows could recognise. And the Xbox is based on Windows. If it was a PS4, then you could just flash it with the USB and it would work. But Windows will only recognise NTFS, exFAT, and FAT32, as far as I know, unless things have changed recently. But yeah, we still got no signal. So I'm just going to lift the camera up. There you go. You can see it's got no. Well, I would lift the camera up. Yeah, no signal. Couldn't be bothered to bend the camera. But no signal still. So yeah, so it is going to be a board level fault. So that's fine. We shall see what we can do with it. So as far as I know, the read time has been changed, but the person who changed it isn't really a micro solderer. So they're not 100% confident in the work. So he said to inspect it and not to laugh if he's done it wrong. To be fair, I mean, the guy's learning. Fine, it's fair play. Alright, so let's laugh at his work. I know he doesn't want us to, but we'll laugh at it anyway. We'll have a good laugh on his account, shall we? Let's have a good laugh on him. No, I'm joking, I'm not going to, but yeah. Right, so there's the console. Let's use Steve's new X clamp removal tool, because I can't be asked to stretch over and grab mine. Can't be asked to stretch over and grab mine. Okay, it pops off that side. Alright then. Fine. Alright, so we do need to change the thermal paste as well. So, the clamp had to come off anyway. So let me just set up the microscope, because I stole the cable to use it on my dock. Travis, welcome. What else did I pick up? I picked up 15 consoles from London today, mate. Tommy, thank you for the subscription, mate, for the resubscription. And Hot Stuff Chris, I've already mentioned that one, but thank you again. Both of you for 3 months, I really appreciate that. If a hard drive makes a ticking noise but not constant, like once every 2 to 3 hours, I assume its read-write actuator is failing. Not necessarily. It could just be going into a repair-saving state. So it could just be in rest mode, possibly. Read speed of 6480. Nice. Nice, Daz. Yeah, so let's just see if my capture card's working today. That's the wrong one. Secondary capture card. Yes, it is. Cool. Right, so let's have a look at this work, shall we? Alright, so it's in the right orientation. So let's just inspect the chip. Right, so it's going to be a little bit dark. There might be a couple of joints which could do with touching up. It's in place. It's actually really well in place. Like it's dead on the center. It is dead center. So considering he's not a micro solderer, he's actually not done a bad job. Yeah, maybe could do with a little bit more solder on the joints. But other than that, I can't really fault it too much, to be honest. So let's just get this back in focus. So all I'm going to do with this is just touch up these joints. For now. And then I'm going to try it again. I'll test it again. But what I'll do is I'll test it and check the I'll check the 5-volt line. Let's just have a look at the HDMI port quickly. I think it's fine. But I'm going to give it a nudge test. I don't think they're factory joints. That's a ground. That is a little bit loose, but it is a ground, so I'm not really fussed about that. And that one, that's a ground as well. I'm not really bothered. But yeah, those joints are fine. So that HDMI port has been replaced in the past, and it does look mint inside, so I think it's a recent replacement. There's definitely been a little bit of flux around here. So this is the ESD diode pack, so the electrostatic discharge protection IC, and that could cause no display. So I'm going to just check a few of the surrounding components, just see if we've got any shorts. So when we get something like a lightning strike or something like that, you tend to get an issue with that. And of course my battery wants to die in the multimeter right as I start streaming. Of course it does, because it wouldn't be a coder stream if something wasn't dead. Well, it's a good job I got one pre-charged then, isn't it? I use rechargeable 9-volt batteries, by the way, if anyone's wondering. Save the planet and all of that bollocks. There we go. I shall put my other one on charge now, because if I don't, then I'm going to forget. So I'll put it on charge now. Charges through micro USB, it's pretty cool. So yeah, there's another one charging, ready for when this one dies. Didn't the last 3 pins move? I don't think I'll double check them in a minute, but I don't think the 2 important pins moved. I will double check them in a minute though. Right, so let's go into diode mode then, and I'm going to pop the red probe on ground. I will get this set back up one day to the screen. So diode mode, I'm just going to check some of these around here. And oh, 0.254 seems a bit low. So a 0.254 volt drop to ground seems low. I will check that on another board in a minute. On C8B3, 0.552. 0.427. 0.361. These seem some of these seem a little bit low. 0.635. So I'm just going to check them all. I'll let you know if I find one bad. These are all going to be 0.6, I think. Yeah, 0.61. 0.553. 625. 618. So there's 2 here which I'm not too sure about, because this one is 0.373 and this one here I think is 0.254. So I'm going to double check that on a donor board, one with a completely different issue. This donor board I've got here needs all of the RAM replacing. So let me just check this in diode mode. So let me just double check these 2 pins. So the other ones I'm not concerned about, but this one, well, these 2 caps, 0.415. Okay, 0.251. So it could be good. It could be good then. It might still be bad. I'm not saying it's not bad, but it seems okay. I've just put the donor board on my shelf. I've just put the board I'm working on my shelf instead of the donor board. Damn it. Yeah, so it could still be bad. I'm not saying it isn't, but okay, they are reading fine. I didn't think that was meant to be that low, to be honest. Also, I found Phil can't wallpaper. Yeah. Mummy don't give a shit. Fuck you. Screw you, Travis. Right, I would stop the shaking on my what do you call it? My microscope, but I've lost a screw to it. So, sorry. Right. Anyway. Forget what Travis says, ignore him. Travis is a prick. Travis might get timed out. Travis thinks because he's a mod he can't get timed out, but he can. Cap on the retimer, that didn't look great. There is one there, yeah, but the cap, I don't think the cap's going to really affect it. Actually, it does look like that might be a little bit lifted there. No, that seems fine. Yeah, I don't think the cap's going to affect it because it's just a, whoops, it's just a bypass cap. So I don't think the cap would stop it displaying. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to touch up these pads a little bit just to, you know, just to make sure that they're all fully soldered. If not, then I'll replace the chip. So if it doesn't fix the display issue, then I'll just replace the chip. So I'll just make sure that every joint's got ample amounts of solder. Let's use Steve's solder, why not? Let's use Steve's solder. I'm going to reset my I have to reset my Hacko because I changed it to 380 for the micro pencil. So yeah, we're just going to touch up these solder joints, and then if that don't work, I'll replace the chip. A little tip, if you want to try and spread some solder across these pads, if you put some solder on your iron like this, and then as you're going along here, just go like that, just flick it up in a couple of spots, and you see how it's put a blob on there, and then you can just spread it along, and you know that when you move it with the iron, the solder that's on the iron is going to be in exactly the right place to be able to tin the pads properly. Just a little thing that I like to do to make sure that there's enough solder on them. So you just flick, I haven't got the right angle, flick up and that will put a blob on it, and then spread it out. Works perfect. I wouldn't say every time, but it does work perfect most times. I'll tell you what I do need, if anyone can tell me a link of where to get them. The handles to these Hackos, you know, the foam piece. There you go, so just blob that, and then there you go. Yeah, so the foam piece to the Hacko handle, I need some of them. So if anyone knows where I can get some from, I would greatly appreciate it. I know Jason from Jason's Electronics Repairs has said Amazon, but I can't find them. So let's warm that flux up. I've warmed the flux up, and then that way, then when I clean it, it'll come off easier. A bit of IPA. I'm going to give the area a good clean. Give the area a real good clean. So yeah, I know that there's ample solder on there now. So now if it don't display, I'll just replace the chip. And if it still don't display, then I'll replace the ESD IC anyway, because sometimes I've compared values and I've seen fine, but then the chip just don't work anyway. But technically it's just a bunch of diodes, so realistically it should show up as good when it's good and bad when it's bad. But yeah, that seems like there's enough solder on there now. Replace base a tenner. Replace base on eBay £7. Or £3 to me. Get me some then, Wayne. Get me 5 of them, mate, and I'll send you the money. If you love me, you will. Get me 5 different coloured handles, and I'll send you the money. If you love me, you will. If you don't love me, then you will anyway, because you love the stream. So it's a 149. What do you mean? Wait, is that a 149? Is it? Hang on a minute. You are absolutely 100% correct. That is the wrong chip. I did not notice that. You are absolutely correct. That is the wrong chip. £11 to you. Right, good spotting, because I didn't see that. I didn't notice. That's the wrong chip, yeah. Okay, well, thank you for that, mate, because I didn't notice. But lesson of the day then, I suppose, is going to be to make sure that you buy the right chip. Because that would explain why we've got no display. That would explain why we've got no display. Right, let's get this thing off. Alright, let's put a working chip on then. Lesson of the day, listen to the noob. That was good spotting. I didn't see it, and I'm under the microscope with optics. I guess when you see, well, when I see 75DP, I just assume it's the right one, but that's going to be something I'm going to be checking in future. Alright, so I'll just tack that down a little bit. Surface tension, I'll pull that in a minute. As soon as I figure out where the hell I've just put my flux, there it is. Let's just add some flux. Ah, it's so much better with an angled nozzle. There we go. So much easier to work with an angled nozzle. Alright. I've been downgraded to noob. That's alright. That's alright. Why is it out of focus for me? Well, I've also been downgraded to getting the out of focus view. If I actually put enough flux on the damn thing, it might actually tin these pads. I don't know why I'm being scarce with flux. I've got 20 tubes of this stuff. There you go. New spelt with a KN. I like that. You prick. You gotta remove one of the holes though, mate. Right, well, now that we have the correct chip on, it is definitely going to work. Good spotting. Very, very good spotting. I didn't see it. I suppose that's one good thing about live streaming. If you miss something, you will get pointed out. Right, let's just dry that off. Cool. Right, let's just inspect a couple of sides. You don't actually need to inspect all sides. If you're confident that you've put enough solder on, you can just inspect 2 sides to make sure it's lined up. That seems to be. Maybe a couple of millimeters off, but there. Yeah, someone put the wrong chip on, yeah. It was a 75DP149 instead of the 159. So, yeah, that would explain it. That would explain why it didn't work. Because I did think it was... There was enough solder on there. There wasn't, you know, loads on there, but there was certainly enough to make a contact. So, that would explain a lot. Right, let's get that flux off the that thermal paste off there. Let's also get it off here. There we go. Let's not get it all over the bench. I need a proper bin in here. I'm still using an empty box. Alright. Pop on some thermal paste. I've started using a spreader for these. Don't know why. I just have. Maybe it's just so I can beat Steve at the Steve from Tronics Fix at the perfect amount of thermal paste. I'm just going to give the heatsink a brush down. Hello, Sarah. Hi. I can hear Sarah in a sweet drawer. What? I just said I could hear you putting sweets in your sweet drawer. What? You got what? Oh. Oh God. Bring her up here. Oh, you are come up here, will you? Alright. See. One way to keep the girlfriend away. Eh? Oh no, it's too far to reach. Just put it down. Yeah, one way to keep the girlfriend away, build yourself a man cave in the loft. I'm gonna have to give Sarah a microphone so you can hear what she's saying. This damn X-clamp. This X-clamp might be a little bit messed up. Don't seem to be locking in properly. Yeah, might be a little bit messed up. Yeah, I can't trust that X-clamp. Let me just try and bend it back into shape. But if not, then I'm gonna have to replace it. Yeah, I can't use that, I don't think. Try it once more. I think I might need to replace this X-clamp. Might need to replace it. No, it's fine. I got it. Locked and loaded. That works. Saves having to charge the customer for a new one. Alright, so let's see what's going on then. Yeah, that'll be enough to test. Actually, let's put the disk drive in as well. I reckon this will work now. Should be all good now, it's got the right chip on it. Might as well just put it, not fully together, but together enough as if it was fully together when it's reassembled. Putting it fully together would be a waste of time if it doesn't work, because I would have to take it back apart again. Okay, let's see what happens, shall we? Oh, we're going to get a picture. Huh. We are not. I thought it was going to work. We do not get a picture. Let's just give it a minute. Yeah, the X-clamp remover is pretty cool. We can hear her. Oh, okay. So we don't hear a buzz. Oh, God. When who says what? When who says what, Kidtronics? I haven't checked voltages on the HDMI port yet, mate, no. Yeah, I'm going to check the port now. I'm going to check the voltages on it. I'm going to do that while it's turned on, so I'll have to do it under the microscope. Don't want to end up shorting any pins out. So this is going to be a little bit tricky to get this, to get it in the right place. Okay, so voltage mode. I'll pop the black probe on ground. Let's check pin 18. 5 volts. Pin 19. 5 volts. I'm getting 5 volts on both. Why am I getting no display? Ow! Caught my finger on the fan. Why am I getting no display? Let's just make sure that it's on the right input. Yep. That could very well have blown that ESD IC. Filters look rough. Yeah, but the filters, the path is continuous without the filters there. So I can't see any reason why. I don't think they actually stop it displaying, to be honest. I think they're just there as like a passive thing. The encoder's brand new, mate. You won't get voltage on the filters, I don't think. Could be wrong, but I don't think you'll get voltage on the filters. Maybe a few millivolts. I've got to be careful here because these are data lines. Oh, you do? You get 2.8 volts. Okay. 2.8. I didn't know you actually got voltage on these. 2.8. I have got to be careful here because these are data lines. 2.8. 2.8. 2.8. 2.8. And 2.8. Yeah, I'm getting voltage on them. I didn't even know you got voltage on them, so I'm learning stuff tonight, I guess. So do we get voltage on the... do we get voltage on this side of them then? On the input side of them? .7. Don't know if that's correct or not. I'll have to turn it off and remove the HDMI port to check continuity on them. But I can't see how that would stop anything from passing through. Yeah, I'm getting 2.8 volts on both sides. I can't see how that would stop it passing through when the path is complete. Look, I've removed those filters and added and still got a display. Look, the path is complete without those filters there. The trace is continuous, so I don't see how it would physically be possible for the data to not pass through. Yeah, I'm getting 2.8 volts on both of them. Did I check the ESD? I've checked it for shorts. Well, I've checked it in diode mode. It's reading fine. Do I get voltage on the ESD IC? Five volts. 5 volts. 3.3. 5. 5. 5. 5. 3.3. 3.186, but I think that's probably fine. And 3.186 there. I think that one might be connected to ground. Yeah, I'm getting voltage on all of them. Hard drive is confirmed, good mate, yeah. The one cap does look a little bit burnt, but I can't see that affecting it. Like, it would work without that cap there. I've had that cap missing before and it's worked. I'm getting 1.1 volt on that cap. So unless the cap was actually short, which I don't think it is. Nope. No, we've got no shorts on it. It might be slightly out of line. I am going to just reflow that real quick. It might just slightly be out of line. Right, so I've got power unplugged. The HDMI cable, I clean it daily, mate. It could very well be that it's got flux in it, but I do clean it daily. I'm just gonna move this slightly up because it is very slightly out, but it is making a contact. Maybe there's one pin that's not, or something. We'll see. So I'm gonna move the chip very slightly. But yeah, I have unplugged the HDMI port before I've done this, and the power cable. But the chip is brand new and I haven't had any problems with this batch of chips. Ah! Right, that's settled. If it still doesn't work now, I'm going to change the ESD IC, I think. Could technically still be bad and not show up as bad. Steve, do you know what solder this is, mate? If you're still on the chat. Seems to lose its heat a little bit occasionally. I've got my iron at 450. Right. The wrong chip being on could have caused another issue, yeah. That is very possible. Yeah, the wrong chip being installed could very well. It depends on the pinout of the other chip. I would have to check it to see if the pinout's different. Because if that sends, like, let's say for example the chip on the 149 is backwards, and that sends 5 volts through to the GPU. I mean, that would probably cause a beep on, beep off. But like, theoretically, if the pinout is wrong and, like, let's say for example 5 volt is where the data line should be, then, you know, or 5 volt output is where the data line input should be, then it is very possible that it could send 5 volts back through to the APU. So installing the wrong chip can have detrimental effects. Right, let's give that a whirl. For it needing to be fixed. The wrong chip was installed on it. I don't know the original fault, to be honest. Yeah, I don't. If it's just ground, then I can't see that causing an issue. I've never had it cause an issue in the past, but you know, if it was a case of some of the other pins were loose, then yeah, that is possible. It could need more. It could need the joints touching up on it, but they did seem fine. Like a couple of the grounds were a little bit loose, but that's not known to cause issues because of how many ground points there is on the port. Let's just see if it displays now. I could touch the pins up on it. Yeah, it's not displaying still. Let me try another hard drive. I do have one known good that I can use just there. Let me just double check with another hard drive. Just make 100% sure. If it needs a hard drive and a retimer, I would have to contact the customer, because that's going to be fairly expensive. Well, it might help if I actually plugged it back in. I will touch the pins up in a minute if it don't display, before I change that ESD IC. But the chip that I've put on there is brand new. Well, this is a new hard drive. Well, not a new one, but it's known working. I've used it as a test drive before. Yeah, nothing. Strange. Very strange. I could clean the port just to double check. So just spray inside the port with isopropyl. Just to be sure. And the HDMI cable as well. No. Nope. 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 Right. Next step is going to be, ow, to catch my finger. It shouldn't be a defective retimer because this is one of the last ones in the batch. It's one of the last ones in the batch, and I haven't had any more issues with any of the other retimers in this batch. So right, that's my hard drive. Let me just make sure I don't get them mixed up. Yeah, I haven't had any more bad chips in the batch, so I can't see it being the retimer. Again, it's always possible. It's always possible. Like, I'm not going to rule it out completely. It is possible. But I'm thinking maybe this is a 1S, mate. Yes. Possibly a HDMI cannon. Possibly a HDMI issue. It's hard to say without seeing it, but possibly either a HDMI or a hard drive issue usually. Right, so I'm just gonna, well, first of all, squeeze every last drop out of my flux tube. I'm just gonna resolder these pins on the HDMI port, make sure that it's good. I have looked inside the port looks fine inside. I'm thinking ESD IC, to be honest. This solder don't seem to like me very much. This solder definitely don't seem to like me very much. Let me just get some more flux on it. Tip to squeeze out the last little bits of flux, just take off the nozzle and you'll get loads more out of the tube. Right, so I'll just, whenever I do a port, I literally just drag all of the solder to one corner and just drag over it instead. That way then I know it's all going to be soldered nice. Yeah, that solder don't seem to like soldering very well. I'm not sure what solder it is, maybe Steve can tell me. Basically, I'll just keep dragging across and then just clean my tip afterwards. And eventually it ends up with some nice joints. Right. Just clean up. I need to go and get some more isopropyl alcohol as well. I have got some, I just need to go and get a fresh bottle. I haven't got any up yet, so I'm running low. Right, where's that? Where's that from? That's not from. Surely that's not just come off my solder. What is that? What on earth is that? Looks like a part of a trace, to be honest. I know the risks of fumes, yeah, I do. It's just me working in here, so it's not that big of a deal. Right, so I'm just giving these the nudge test. I'm not sure what the hell that was though. That could very well have been causing an issue. If that was under the port, that could very well have blown my new retimer. It wouldn't have been causing a short on pin 18 and 19 though. Right, what I am going to do is just check for shorts. I suppose I better straighten out the microscope. So I've got my meter in continuity mode, so it'll beep if I get a short. There you go. Okay. Let's give it another try. Came in the cotton. Oh, did he pick up off the desk, did it? Okay. Well, let's just give it a whirl then. I suppose I should probably lift that up so you can see. I will get the capture card set up tomorrow. I promise. I promise. I'm just gonna hook everything up. My HDMI cable. Front panel. I need some fresh batteries for my remote as well. Nope. No display. Getting annoying. Right. I think the only thing I can do now is just change the ESD IC. To be honest. The only thing I can do now is just change the ESD protection IC. I have got some, so it's fine. I can change the ESD IC and see if that fixes it. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I can try one more HDMI encoder if it doesn't work by changing the ESD IC, but the ESD IC is showing up as good, so it's a bit strange. But that said, it has had some flux and stuff on it in the past, so it could have ended up floated. That is always possible. Anyone have Phil's email address? Mine, mate. It's hello@consolefix.co.uk. Hello. Hello. Right, all the ESD IC off. Okay, and then I'm going to replace the solder before I wick it away. Scraping the bottom of the barrel with that flux tube. Scraping the bottom of the barrel. Is it me you're looking for? Yeah, it's on the right HDMI, mate. Yeah, I've touched the HDMI port up, mate. The HDMI port's definitely good. I've dragged over every single one and made sure that they're all solid. Right, I'm going to use some Kester because that solder don't seem to be a low enough melting temperature, especially to work with small 1/4 mm BGA pads. It's fine for basic jobs, but I don't think I should use it for BGA pads. Right, let's just wick this away. I'll just clean up the pads and that will be good enough to accept a new chip. The only problem with these, if the pads are that small and thin, you end up taking the conformal coating off them. So now I've got to replace the conformal coating on that. It's fine. I can replace it. It's no big deal. It's a bit of a troll, this one is, to be honest. Wrong chip. Hard drive not initialised properly. And still no display. HDMI port a little bit loose. And still no display. It's a little bit of a troll. But we will soldier through and try and figure it out. As soon as I replace the coating on here. No, don't go on there. Yeah, I don't need to do that. Forget it. I don't need to do that one. Right. UV pen. There it is. So I'll replace that just to stop the solder from spreading around the trace where it's not meant to, because otherwise it's going to cause one of the balls to be uneven. We need them all to be nice and level. Right. Should have cured that. I'm going to get rid of the coating from that pad though. So I left that until it dried because it's easy to clean up. I can just stab it with the tweezers. This UV pen's full of flux as well. Yeah, it might have dropped a few frames, mate. Right, let me get a replacement chip. I have got some of these. These are not that expensive. We'll work out to just over £1 each, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I think they're about £1 each. Not too expensive, and they do sell them on AliExpress. I think they sell them on Mouser as well. I might have bought these from Mouser or DigiKey. Right, as this is a BGA chip, drop my airflow down to 440 at 20% airflow. I just want to get it roughly in place before I add some flux. Like that. I don't want to add much flux because I don't want it to end up floating around everywhere. Right, I'm going to go back to normal airflow now, 40%. Alright, that's fine. Nicely soldered. Cool. If you want to sell it on eBay, you put a link in. Oh, it must. Oh, it could just. Is that some of that same solder? Oh, that could just be because I'm used to the Kester then, mate. Heard your balls run even. Bollocks you. Could just be because I'm used to the Kester now then, mate, to be honest. Plus it's a lot thinner. But I mean, that's like, what, 3 or 4 times the diameter, so it could just be the fact that I'm used to the Kester. Kester does play a lot nicer. But that 0.3mm or whatever it is, or 0.25mm. This was, I can't remember what this one was. I think it was the cheap stuff. Like, is that the 20 quid of real stuff? Might be. So yeah, it might just be that the Kester plays a little bit nicer. That's all. I'm just used to the Kester now. Once you get used to something. Alright, well, we haven't fucked up the 5-volt rail because it still turns on. Is it going to display? No. No. The only other thing I can do is change that chip once again. The only other thing I can do, there's no other reason why it wouldn't display. Let me just check that I've got 5 volts on pin 18 and 19. Well, I can just check at the ESD IC actually. There's no other reason why I wouldn't get any display, unless it was potentially a bad chip. But that's doubtful. I mean, I've had them chips for. Right, I'm getting 5 volts at the ESD IC, and I'm getting 5 volt return on the HDMI as well on pin 19. And also at the also at 5 volt output on pin 18. So pin 19, pin 18, and at the ESD IC, I'm getting 5 volts. This is what don't make much sense, because the fact that I'm getting 5 volts everywhere I'm supposed to be getting, and I'm also getting 3.3 volts where I'm meant to be getting it, tells me that I think installing that wrong chip could have done a little bit too much damage. Right, let me just try and find a diagram for that 149 thing. 75DP149. I need to check the data sheets and compare the data sheets. Let's have a look. Bear with me a second and I'll go on over to the desktop. Right, so we've got the the 149. I think I mentioned this once before. The 149 is the predecessor to the 159. So you've got the DP159 and the 149, and so the way it is the DP149 came first, and then the 159 was the predecessor to the was the successor to the 149, and then the TDP158 was the successor to the DP159. So yeah. Right, so we've got a pin out here of the we've got a pin out here of the 159, so I'll just drag that there and put that there. And then if I get the 149, get the data sheet for that, put that there. Just minimize this. There we go. No. Stop zooming in more. I want to zoom in on that one. Alright, so VDD, SDA source, STL source, org source, VCC. Pinouts are completely wrong. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. Never mind. Hang on. Let me get pin. Right, let's start at pin 1 then. Yeah. In D2P, yeah, the pinouts are completely wrong. Pin one on the 159 is swap. Polarity is that POL, and then pin 2 is in D2P. This could have damaged the board. Right, where is VCC? Is pin 43 on that one. Is pin 37 on that one. Yeah, this is all wrong. Oh, yeah, this could have caused damage. I don't know if I should carry on with this. It could have caused damage. This is a 40 pin. This is a 48 pin. Oh, it does come in at 40. Oh, hang on. No, I'm looking at the 48 pin. Hang on. Yeah. Sorry. My bad. Hang on. No, I'm wrong. Are we going... Actually, it might be. You know what? It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. I'm wrong. I was looking at the 48-pin one like a dickhead. Yeah, never mind. Okay, well that is exactly the same schematic. Exactly the same pin out on both. So it's not going to cause damage, I don't think. I am wrong. Sorry about that, guys. My bad. My bad. I'm wrong. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. That's my bad. Unboxing and check. Welcome. Right, let me just get rid of these because I don't need them now. Yeah, so I was looking at the 48 pin like an idiot, not the 40 pin. I should have been looking at the 40 pin. I didn't realise it comes in 2 packages. But apparently it does. That damn dog. Yeah, looking for missing resistors and stuff around the entire board would be a rabbit hole to hell. It wouldn't be worth looking. But I'd have to compare every single component on the board. Right, well the only thing I think I can do now is probably, damn it, wrong button. Hang on. The only thing I think I can do now is try changing this chip once more. I've changed the ESD, I've changed the HDMI encoder, I've touched up the pins on the port. There's not really much more that can be done. I can test for continuity on these, but I am getting voltage on every one. Hang on, let me just clean this up because that's. I'm sure I got a beep. I did get a beep at the last second, but. I'm just going to clean this up. Bear with me. Right. Check these. Huh. That filter might be bad. I'm getting all sorts of weird readings on that. This is going to be awkward for you guys to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. This filter might actually be bad. It could have a blown filter, which literally will be a first for me because I've never come across a. I've never come across a filter being bad, causing no display on the Xbox. Genuinely never come across it. Check this out. So we've got 3 ohms and dropping. Now the one next to it. Hang on a minute. Is that really going to... Is that really going to do me like that? I test it once and it sends the multimeter crazy, and then I test it again and it's fine. You're going to do me like that, aren't you? It was reading 100 ohms at one point, I don't know why. Alright, and well, I guess not. It's trolling the shit out of me. It's trolling the shit out of me. Random quote from Rossman. They'd be fucked calling it. No. They're coming up as 3 ohms and dropping, mate. They're not fucked. If you guys want me to change them, shall I change them? Shall I change them? Just for the hell of it? But this is what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. Don't trust it. Let me show you what I mean when I say these... The path underneath is continuous. I'll change these anyway, just for the hell of it. Come on, you mofo. Hang on. Turn up my temp a little bit. Stuff it. Right. So there's the filters removed, but let me just show you this real quick. This is what I mean, and why I don't think it should really have any effect. So if I test from there to, from here now, bottom of here, you hear the beep? Because the path is complete. Whether or not the filter is there, the path is complete, which is why I've never understood why the filters are there in the first place, because it's still got a complete circuit. And theoretically, if it's got a complete circuit, then it should work no matter what. Unless the filter is shorted. That's the only thing that's the only reason I could ever find where the filter would cause an issue, is when it was shorted. That's the only time I could think of. I could be wrong, but that's the only time I can think of that could cause an issue, is if the filters were directly shorted. Travis, you said you had one the other day. When did you? Was it shorted or was it blown? Was there shorted from one to the other, or was there just blown? Because that would make a difference, I think. I don't think it could cause an issue if they were just blown, like the filter itself was just blown. I can't see how it would, because the path is complete. So I can't see how it would possibly do that. Technically this should work like this. But as this is right now, technically this should work. I'm going to check that on one of my own consoles one other day. I'll leave the filters off and I'll test it. Right, I'm going to have to grab these off a donor because I don't actually know where to buy them. Because like I said, I've never had to buy them. Check the right traces. I have checked them. They're coming up as continuous. They was coming up as continuous without the with the filter on. I think it was just my meter probe playing up. But like I said, the path is complete without them. So unless you've actually got a blown trace, I honestly can't see. I honestly can't see how it would ever cause an issue unless they was physically blown, physically shorted together. I could be wrong, but I don't know. If this, replacing these filters, if this fixes it, I'm going to eat a tube of flux. If replacing two filters fixes this issue, I'm going to eat a tube of flux. I would say eat my hat, but I don't wear one, so. Wouldn't start till you change that ESD IC and that filter specifically. Took them off boom display. Oh, okay. Yeah, so like I said, I don't think it would cause no display if they were physically blown. The only way I could see it is if it was shorted across to the next one. Now on the PS4, on the other hand, that's different. Because those ones, the path isn't complete without the filters in place. There you go. Jordan, welcome, mate. I didn't change the HDMI port, but I have touched it up and it is good inside the port as well. But I didn't personally change the port, no. I haven't actually got any HDMI ports. I'm waiting for AliExpress and they're taking the piss. Genuinely, AliExpress are taking the piss. They've been in the country since the 27th of November, apparently. Nope. 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 Oh, hang on. I ain't got the HDMI port in. Never mind. Hang on a sec. Nope. And it's not even picking up that the HDMI has been plugged in. So. No. Definitely not. No flux heating. 4 videos you need to watch. Marathon of Northridge fix. That's a never-ending tube of flux. It is, isn't it? I am literally squeezing every last drop out of that as well. Well. Oh, Davey, welcome, mate. Yeah, that's not displaying. I don't even think it's going to be the chip. I'm good, thanks, David. Yeah, how are you, mate? I don't even think this is going to be the chip. I think... But it's not going to be the HDMI port. That's very unlikely. The port itself looks absolutely fine. And it would at least... It would at least recognise on the TV that something's been plugged in, I think. Yeah, the port itself is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that port. So the only other thing I can do is change this chip again, but if I change it again, I'm going to be putting a... Well, when I change it again now, I'm going to be putting a... a TDP158 on it instead. Because that was the last brand new 75DP159 that I've got. So I'll put a... Like, you can't buy them chips and I've run out. Well, you can buy them, but they're more expensive, and the TDP158 is a better chip. It's cheaper and easier to get hold of. It's like £2 cheaper per chip. Like, the price of the 75DP159 is ridiculous. Damn it. Right, let's see if we can still get some more flux out of this. I did say though, if you want to get some more flux out of your tube, just take off the nozzle. What do you think the likelihood is of the last 159 chip that I've got brand new is bad? Anyone know? Anyone have any opinions or guesses? Okay, now this really is a never-ending tube of flux. Jesus Christ. Really is a never-ending tube of flux. Right. Let's try it again. Not even going to check and see if it's aligned. I know it's aligned, to be fair. I might have to come back to this one though. I need to get on with another job. And I need the toilet. Huh? Well, then I guess it's not aligned, is it? Ha! Because it's not turning on now. Damn it! Troll. I swear this board is trolling the shit out of me. Oh god. No, I think it is aligned. I'm sure it is. I'm 99% sure it's aligned properly. Is it going to display? No. It's a troll board. Yeah, I'm going to revisit this one tomorrow. Or at some point. It's a troll board. It's a really flux, wouldn't you like to know? Yeah, the 158 works. No, there's no problem at all with the 158 on the 1S. It's the direct successor to the 75DP 159. It even says it on. I can actually pull that up for you guys, and I'll show you where Texas Instruments does mention it being absolutely fine to use. Similar products, same functionality with different pinouts to the compared device. Oh no, that's 65DP 159. Never mind, ignore that. Let's go to the data sheet. Yeah, so TDP 158, 6 gigabits per second. And blah 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 blah. Supports 4K 60. Blah 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 blah. 40 pin 0.4mm pitch, 5.5mm by 5mm by 5mm WQFM package, pin compatible to the SN75DP 159 RSB. So yeah, it's actually on the data sheet to say that it's exactly the same chip. Well, it's not exactly the same chip. It's just got better spec. It's got better spec than the 159, so it's actually a better chip. It's just a lot easier to get hold of at the minute, and it's pin for pin compatible. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's the reason I use the 159 on the 1S instead, because they are cheaper to buy and they are fully compatible. So yeah, is the TV on the wrong channel? No, it's not. It's definitely not. Definitely not. Even if it was, it would come up that I'd plugged the HDMI cable in. It would show up. It would at least show up on my TV that I'd plugged the cable in. So if I plug that cable in there, it would show up on a box at the top. It would say that a device had been detected, and then it would. This TV's got an auto switch, so it will automatically switch over to the correct input if the source that it's on isn't detecting a signal. So yeah, I don't know what else could be causing this, but yeah, I'm going to revisit it another time. So I'm not going to put it back together or anything. I'm not going to waste any more time on it tonight. I've got other work I need to get done. I honestly don't know what could be causing it. I can't confirm it with a HDMI port because I don't have any. So I'm not going to put it back together. There was no screws to it anyway. But I'm also not going to be throwing that chip away, because if I throw the chip away, then I've got to leave a chip on there. But my encoder, if I can't fix it, I will take that back off and reuse it on a different device. And the reason for that is because if I don't, then I'm one chip down. And the problem with that is those chips are getting fairly scarce. So yeah, so I have to take them back off now because the chips are fairly scarce and they're getting more expensive by the day. Those chips will be the next £15 chip, like the HDMI chip for the PS4 is. I'll guarantee it. They'll end up at 15 quid a chip. Does feel sleep much? Nope. No, I'm getting voltage in all the right places on the ESD, mate. The ESD is absolutely fine. No worries, George. Have a good night, mate. So yeah, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go and grab a fresh cup of coffee. Don't leave me. I promise I will be back. But I'm going to grab a fresh cup of coffee, and I'm going to run to the toilet real quick, and I'm going to make sure I turn my microphone off this time. Don't know what's wrong with this yet. I'll find out when I get back. Hello. I'm back. Money job coming up, please stand by. Italian Retro, welcome mate. Coffee and cigarette time. Yep, I would show you, but I'll get banned from YouTube. I really need a kettle in the workshop so I don't have to leave it. I'll tell you what, I'll put a kettle in the workshop and I'll put a bed underneath my table. How's that? I just don't have to leave the workshop then. I've got a TV, I've got a computer, I'll have a kettle. Yeah, I won't need to leave the workshop. Just work all day. Why not? Sean, hello. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a quick 2 minutes. Quick 2 minutes and then I'll work on this. I'll see what's wrong with it actually while I'm just catching my breath. I don't actually know what's wrong with it. So let's try and find out. Let's try and figure it out. Whoops, what did I just knock off? Cable of some sort? Pardon me. Huh. Let's see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. I'll be saying mini HDMI cable. Kevin, thank you. And a bug in the corner. Technically, there is one in the corner. I'd have to do some aiming though, because it's like under the floor. There's a poop shooting down in the corner to the bog. Yep. Alright, this looks like a blue light of death, to be honest. I'm just going to see if I get any kind of display. Could be stuck in update mode. Nope, no display on it. One thing I never tried is I never tried the capture card on that Xbox. It's broken, that's it. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Oh, it's mini HDMI. Oh, okay. Thank you, Adam. Cheers, mate. It's still more of a workshop than a studio. One day I will have a proper studio and not be doing public repairs. One day I'll be in Tronics Fix's shoes. Yeah, it looks like a blue light of death. I am going to confirm 100% that this HDMI cable is working. Let me just 100% confirm by plugging my microscope into it. I'm knocking everything off my table. What the? Oh, that was a lighter. Never mind. It was a lighter. Yeah, let's just 100% confirm that this HDMI cable's working. Wait a second. Hold up a second. Why am I getting no signal on my... Don't you dare tell me my HDMI cable's bad. Don't you dare tell me I've just wasted 2 hours of my life and my HDMI cable's bad. Hang the hell on a minute. Let me get another HDMI cable, because that's not picking up my HDMI. Hold up a damn second. It was working yesterday. There was nothing wrong with it yesterday. And I know there wasn't because I tested 2 PS5s on it. Right. Right, hang on. Unless that's just the microscope playing up. Let me turn the microscope off and on again. The microscope does act a little bit strange sometimes. That's not displaying. Huh. Oh, now it's displaying. Okay. Yeah, so right, now that that's working on that cable, let me plug this cable back in and just make sure, because the microscope does play up from time to time. It won't. I don't think that microscope supports hot swapping cables. Like every time I change cables, like change sources on the scope, I have to reset it. Like I'll have to reset this again in a minute to put it onto the capture card. Let me just test that cable. Is that cable working? Huh. Let's reset it again. You know, I don't know if this cable's working. I'm going to have to try a new cable on this TV now, on this Xbox, before I do this console. I'm going to have to try this Xbox with a different cable, just to be safe. Just to be sure. And the PS4. Let's try the PS4 first, because the PS4 could be stuck in update mode. If it's stuck in update mode, it will have a blue pulsing light. Yeah, there's no signal on that one, which is fine. There's no signal on that one. Let me just try this Xbox real quick. If this was the cable, I'm going to be pissed. If it was the cable, I'm going to be pretty pissed. I've just wasted 2 hours of time. Nope. No. I don't think there's anything wrong with the cable. Right. Let's stop that from going off. No. I think that's just the capture card, just the microscope playing up, but let's see if it wants to pick up the scope. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, the microscope is working. This cable is working absolutely fine on there. So let's just, now I've confirmed 100% and showed you guys how it works, plug it back into the Xbox. Well, I'll be damned. You have got to be fucking kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Are you taking the piss? Are you taking the literal piss? I think it is. I think it's taking the piss out of me. I think it's taking the piss out of me. That is taking the piss. Right. That is taking the piss big time. Someone suggested that. I didn't see it, mate. I should have checked it. I should have checked it. It was working fine yesterday. It was working absolutely fine yesterday. There was nothing wrong with that cable. There was nothing wrong with the cable yesterday. Sympathy gift sub. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. And thank you for the resub as well, mate. Oh, that's taking the piss. Come on. I've just wasted how much hours on that. And you know the worst thing about doing that? You can't bill the customer for the extra time. You cannot bill the customer for the extra time. Because it's not their fault. It's job and knock. You charge them for the job. Not for the time it takes. Or I do anyway. Right. Let's run also. Make sure it takes... make sure it takes OSU 1. That's taking the piss, that is. Just to show you all as well. Let me just go back to my OBS so I can see it in real time. You can use an external hard drive as an installer for OSU 1. And on the PS4 as well. You can do it on the PS4 as well. I'm used to being stupid. Yeah. Spelt it with a KN. Fuck you. Lost money. It is lost money. This is way better than me falling off my chair. Fuck you. Oh God, I can't believe that. That's annoying. That's really fucking annoying. Oh God. Well. Never mind. Never mind. Oh well. Shit happens, I suppose. Get the clip and make the meme. He can't make memes like I can. You can't do memes like I can. Sorry, mate. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe that. Yeah, let's make it a little bit easier on your guys' eyes. Pardon me, I will burp. I know the camera's still in the way. Actually, I could take this time to set up this capture card. See if it wants to work. Let me plug this in. Oh dear. Well, I'd say I can't believe it, but I can. Of course I can. So that's got to go in there. But I haven't even got another HDMI cable up here, to be honest. There was nothing wrong with that capture card yesterday, that HDMI cable yesterday though. That's what don't make much sense. Right. So I've got a cable going to my splitter. I've got a cable going to my splitter already. Go from my splitter to my thingy, sorry. Splitter to my TV. It's on HDMI 2. So that's already set up. So I just need to get another cable now to run to the capture card. From the console to the capture card, or whatever I'm testing to the capture card. And it'll work then. Beautiful camera. It is indeed. What's Craigasm mean though? It was no display. So it was no display. That's the reason it was sent. But so it still needed the retimer. But I can't charge for the ESD IC. I can't charge for the extra time because my cable was faulty. So all I can charge for realistically is the retimer. That's it. That's all I'm allowed to bill for, because you know I can't say exactly what fixed this now, so it'll just be my base no display price on a retimer, and that's it. Yeah. So it'll just be my base no display price. Oh well, shit happens. I've just thought I've already got a HDMI cable. I'm just using it on the TV at the minute. Well, that should boot back into a display. I say it should, but it's not. Okay, that's weird. That's really weird. Is that not taking hot swap? Huh? Yeah, that's real weird. Let me try it. What the hell is going on with this console? That was displaying fine a second ago. It reboots to continue with the update and then it don't display again. That makes absolutely no sense. Unless my TV's playing up. I'm going to be pissed if it is. Alright, so we've got import and we've got dual output. Let's see if that wants to display on a capture card. Unless it's my TV, that's the only thing I can that I can think of that it could possibly be. Yeah, see, it's not showing up. It's not showing up on there either, look. Nah, that's not the TV. It's saying it's got input. No, it's not. Hang on. It's sending my capture card nuts. Sorry, not my capture card. It's sending my HDMI splitter crazy. Yeah, that's sending my HDMI capture card crazy. Let's go to that display for a second. So basically it's just flickering on and off. Yeah, the colour band was the other capture card, mate. I still think there's an issue with this. I still think there's another issue with this. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Wow. Epileptic alert. Jesus. I mean, realistically it could have flux in the port because I have done work to it since and not cleaned it out. That's going nuts. I think this is fucked. I think it's a little bit fooked. Yeah, it's sending the splitter nuts. Like absolutely nuts. Every time I plug it in, the splitter's flicking on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. Right. Just plugging it back into the TV a second. I really shouldn't be messing with this now. I'm supposed to be doing another console. Yeah, see, no signal. Same cable that it was on, no signal. So as soon as it's rebooted, that's it. It's gone to no signal. And I've just cleaned the port out as well, by the way. Not a clue. The only thing I can do is wait for some HDMI ports to come and try a HDMI port. Yeah, forget this. Forget this. Forget it for now. I don't think it is a HDMI cable, to be honest. Now I'm not convinced it's a HDMI cable. Not convinced at all. Sending that splitter absolutely crazy. But I don't know what could be causing that. Right. Let's forget about it for now. I'm going to see what we can do about this blue light of death one. Let's try and actually make some money. Because that one's just a troll. To be honest. Why is this trying to track things now? Alright, so this apparently had a blue light of death. I'm going to try it with this cable. Turn on. Thank you. I'll try it with this cable that I did just confirm was working. Because it could very well be stuck in update mode. HDMI cable repair stream. Nope. Yeah, I'm not getting any display on that, so I don't think it's stuck in update mode. But one way that I can find out is if I turn it off and then just try and go into safe mode. If I literally just try and go into safe mode, and if it goes in, if it tries to go into safe mode, then it could well have no display but be stuck in update mode. But if it's got a board issue, then it'll just shut down. Yeah, that's not going to go into safe mode for sure. Yeah, that's just shut down. It's just turned itself off. Alright, well, we'll try and figure it out then. So, one thing that could be causing a blue light of death, first thing I always check is by unplugging the hard drive, because the hard drive can cause a blue light of death if the hard drive's bad. But usually it would go into safe mode if the hard drive was causing it. But it would at least allow me to try and manually put it into safe mode if the hard drive was the cause of the blue light. I better move my phone before someone calls me and ends up getting doxed. So, I'll just do that. It could be the APU, man. I don't think it's the HDMI port. It looks mint. But I haven't got any HDMI ports anyway, so there's no way I can possibly try it. One thing I'm noticing about this is the fans do sound a little bit loud. Considering it's just booted up and it's cold, the fans sound a little bit loud. So I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and say that this APU is probably going to need at least a reflow. I haven't got the equipment at the minute to reboard it because I haven't got any 0.5 or 0.55mm balls. So if it is the APU and a reflow doesn't fix it, then it has to go back in the queue. Yeah, so this is, I can feel the heat coming out of this already. I think this has been overheating and it's caused a blue light of death. One thing I can do is just put a little bit of pressure on the APU. Why is there a silver screw there? One thing I can do is just put a little bit of pressure on the APU. So the problem with the reflow is it could end up causing, like, it can fix the issue or it can also cause it to end up as a 2-second blue light of death if it ends up with a couple of solder balls merging underneath the chip. And then it would need a reball, but I haven't got the balls at the minute to be able to reball it. So one thing I can do is just put a little bit of pressure on the APU. Nope, I'm not touching it. Sorry, but no. I am not touching it. Someone has used washers under the APU. Bye bye. See you later. Sayonara. Ta-ra. Just a little hint if anyone's wondering. When someone uses washers, I refuse to touch it after. Nope. Goes back together, doesn't get done. Sorry. No. Bye bye. That was a waste of 10 minutes. Don't worry, I've got more stuff to do. Yeah, if someone uses the washer trick on these, I refuse to touch them. I'm just wasting my time. I am just wasting my time, and I am not going to do that. I will work on something that has a chance of being fixed. Bye bye. No, if anyone's considering it, don't send me consoles that have had washers installed on them, because I won't touch them. Yeah, exactly, Will. Washers ruin the board over time. It causes the board to warp and ruins any chance of a permanent fix. So, no, not touching it. Right, well, let's work on an Xbox One S with no power, shall we? Let's try and fix something that's actually going to be fixable. Yeah, I won't even change a HDMI encoder on one that's had a washer installed on it. I won't even change a fuse on the disk drive, because the whole you touch it, you own it comes into play. And then I've got to warranty, then I've got to warranty the console, and it could end up with a blue light of death again. And even though it's unrelated, like let's say for example if I changed a fuse on the disk drive and then it ended up with a blue light of death, whether or not it's unrelated, the customer's going to moan at me. Okay, well, we've got no power on this one. Completely dead. Completely dead. Yeah, you can't guarantee the repair. I could reflow it, but I can't warranty it. Like if the customer wants me to reflow it and not warranty it, then fine. But it would be a literal, if it dies the moment it gets back to the customer, I am not repairing it again or not refunding the money. Like I cannot warranty a job where washers have been installed. So yeah, if I can't warranty it, then I can't fix it. Unless the customer agrees up front that it's not going to have any warranty. Like I'd still do it as no fix, no fee, but unless the customer agrees that 100%, the moment it leaves the workshop, it's got no warranty, then yeah. And obviously no one's going to do that, so I just don't touch them, because no one would ever agree to that anyway. Right, let's work on something that can actually be fixed. So, we have here a no power. No worries, Jaden, thanks mate. Yeah, it's probably going to be the MOSFETs, mate, yeah. Right, so let's get the boring bit out the way. Let's get the console open. Someone's using an electric screwdriver. I've got two to do with no power. Why? Please stop using them Bosch screwdrivers so tight. It's so annoying. Yeah, I use washers to test it. Well, I don't actually even use washers. I just use anything I've got to hand. Like I'll put 2 pairs of tweezers under it to test it. But there's a difference between putting a couple of washers or something underneath to test it and leaving it there for months on end. And I don't know how long those washers have been there. Like that will be an APU issue, and reflowing it probably will fix it. But I'll guarantee it'll be back in a week. Like so, well, I won't guarantee, but I'll say it's probably going to be back in a week. So I'm not gonna waste half an hour. This is ridiculous. Like, there's no need for this. Yeah. So unless the customer turns around and says, "Okay, fine, as long as you can prove to me that it works," I'll basically take a video and prove that it's turning on and working. As long as you can prove to me that it works in the workshop, then I'll pay you. And no warranty is agreed. Then I won't touch it. Not even if it's had them washers there for a week. Like, I mean, just the time it takes for the console to be sent to me could be enough to ruin the console permanently. So even if I've just put that there to test it, to try and get it to work, then yeah, I'm not touching it. I'm not wasting my time. No, thank you. I shall pass. So it might seem a little bit weird that I refuse work, but I can never guarantee the longevity of it once it's done. Look, I can confidently say that I've done reflows on PS4 APUs that have lasted 2 years. They've never come back to me. Like, I've had this BGA machine 2 years. I've done that many reflows. Well, I did that many reflows in the first month, and none of them came back. Like that, I can confidently say that the longevity of a reflow on an APU when it's the solder balls which are at fault is pretty viable. But once it's had washers installed on it, I've done it before where it's had washers installed, and I thought, oh yeah, it's definitely the APU. Let's just reflow it, or let's just reboard it, and they always end up coming back. They always come back to me. Right. Dusty. Yeah, so they're just not worth wasting your time on them. I'll tell you who's at fault for that. I fix it. I fix it at fault for that. Posting guides telling people. Whoops. Just posting guides telling people to do it. Right, I'll get that out in a minute because I'll snap a capacitor otherwise. Dusty. Oh, look, dust bunnies. Squeak. I asked for some. Ask for some what? Oh yeah, this is no power. Dust bunnies. Where do you get dust bunnies that colour from? Dust bunnies. Yeah, I just don't want to waste my time, to be honest. On a console that I know he's going to end up coming back. Well, I can't say he's for sure going to come back. It could be a lasting repair, but no. Nope, not putting my name to it. Alright, so it could technically have a faulty front panel. Although, if the button's intact, then it's generally not the case. Unless you've got a burnt out trace somewhere, but we can always confirm it with a known good front panel. This front panel is from my own Xbox One S. I stripped it down to sell Andrew Henderson the motherboard last week. So I know that is a known good one, same as the power supply I've got down under my desk as well. Nope, it's not that. Definitely needs a good clean, this does. I'm going to have to brush this down before I do anything else. Yeah, I'll go another no power to do after this as well. Hopefully I'll get time to do both. I should do though. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to try a non-good PSU before I do anything else. Actually, where is my non-good PSU? Come on, I know I've got one. Ah, I got it. Yeah, so this is a non-good PSU. Just to confirm that it's not that. They do die sometimes. They're not really well known for dying, but they do die sometimes. But this power supply I know 100% works. Nope. Still nothing. I could have just used my bench supply. Or I could have just tested the 12 volt valve for shorts, because that's very likely what it's got. Alright, so let me just get the heatsink clamp off and then I'll give it a quick brush down. There we go. Right, let me just push this down quickly. Yeah. And brush it into a little rubbish box. Yeah, this is probably going to be one of the power phases. I will have to take MOSFETs from a donor board though, because they're getting pretty difficult to come by as well. I've ordered some from China, but China Post lately is taking the piss a little bit. But DigiKey, Mozart, RS Components, they've all sold out of 8i903 MOSFETs. There we go. Alright. So let's do a few tests, shall we? I know that writing's upside down, it's because of the position of the camera. Alright, so the motherboard, or rather the power comes in here, which is the 12 volt input. Usually when we're completely dead with no power, we've got a short on this 12 volt input, and the way I test that is in continuity. Is in continuity. Thank you. So one probe on ground. These bottom 3 pins are ground. And these top 3 pins shouldn't beep because they are 12 volt. And it's short. 3 ohms and dropping. So we're going to have an issue on one of the power phases. So if I just go into, I'll tell you what, let's do everyone a favour. Let's just clean this multimeter screen because it's absolutely filthy. It's full of flux and all sorts. There you go, that will do for now. Okay, that will do for now, as long as it's visible. Right, so if we're in diode mode, so there's a little diode symbol there, and we pop the red probe on ground, then we can test these MOSFETs. So we're going to test the gate, which is the top left pin. We get 0.635, that's a good reading. 0.635, that's a good reading. And we have a winner, 0.002. So we're going to short on this phase here. So this MOSFET is definitely short. Okay. Well, that's absolutely fine. No worries, Kyle, welcome. Did I remind you to clean the screen? Oh, I've been meaning to do it for a while, to be honest. I'm just too fucking lazy. I'm not going to pretend I'm not. I'm just too lazy. Right. So I need to set my microscope back up, so bear with me a minute, because I've had it unplugged. So it's going to take me a few minutes to get it set back up. Where's my HDMI cable gone? That's the one. To my capture card. Right. Let me just... Secondary capture card. I know it wants to play up. Of course it does. Because why not? Ah! Why does it always have to play up on me? I might have to unplug my capture card, to be honest. Why did I have to mess with the capture card? With the microscope. There we go. Just gave it a clean with some IPA. Well, just squirted IPA down the port. And now it's working. Right. Capture card. Yoink. Alright, so I've got a short on MOSFET number 3. Is that corrosion, or is it just a little bit of fluff? I think it's just a little bit of fluff. Yeah, it is. Is it? No, it's corrosion. So we've got a burnt cap there, so I think that's actually corrosion. It could just be very minor water. In fact, yeah, it is. It's very minor water damage. Look at that there. Very minor water damage. So I think I might have to replace the MOSFET driver as well, because that's likely going to blow straight away as soon as I turn it back on. It's likely going to blow the MOSFET again. Yeah, that's sticky as well. Some sort of juice by the look of it. So I think I'm going to be replacing the MOSFET driver as well. Shut up, computer. Why is that beeping? Wait, what hard drive is that saying is bad? Alright, that's weird. None apparently, but that was the sound to say that one of my hard drives was bad. That's odd. Hate these brushes, man. Every time you use them, something comes out of them. Damn things. Right. Yeah, so I'm going to replace the MOSFET driver at the same time. But that is very minor corrosion. Or was very minor corrosion. Right, so there's the MOSFET gone. And there's the MOSFET driver. So I'll get rid of both of them because it's likely that it's going to blow the chip again as soon as I, well, blow the MOSFET as soon as I put a new one on and try and turn it on. Alright, the never-ending tube of flux continues. I'm not really worried about the cap being a little bit charred. The only thing that bothered me was the fact that there was corrosion on the driver. I don't generally take that chance. I've had it where it hasn't blown for, you know, like a couple of days and then come back under warranty and it's blown again with no signs of any more corrosion or things. So now I'll just change them anyway. It costs like £1.10 for a new one, I think. So just add some flux, add some solder rather, not flux. I'm going to pull a donor MOSFET. I have checked the MOSFETs on this board and they are good. Fuck my wife if she's let me. Oh dear me. Dad jokes. Right, so here's a replacement MOSFET. There you go. So that was off a donor board. But for the MOSFET driver, I have got some brand new ones. Part number's NCP5901. And they're not very expensive. Pin number 1's in the bottom right corner. Add some more flux. From the never-ending tube. Just touch up these pads. Touch up the resistor as well, just to be on the safe side. And then just give the cap a bit of a scrape. I could replace the cap, but there's absolutely no need. As long as it's not short, it's fine. Just reflow it once more. There you go. Job's a good one. Just get rid of that excess bit of solder from the MOSFET. It's only on the ground pad, but I'd rather not leave it there. Cool. Okay. Has the short disappeared? Alright, that was my donor board. I need to replace all the RAM on this. But now I need to put a MOSFET on there too. Yay! Right. Diode reading. It's going to be a little bit low because the board is warm. Oh, why are you being a tit? Give me a diode reading, will ya? Sorry, it weren't giving me one. There you go, 0.552, so that's reading fine. And in continuity, one probe on ground. Short gone, and this will turn on. Short gone, and this will turn on. Happy days. Alright, that'll do me. That will do me nicely. Right. Fresh thermal paste, and I'll call it good. Well, I need to clean out the rest of the components, but I'm going to say that this should work now. It should be absolutely fine. Keyword there is should. Alright, so I'm just going to give the inside of the fan a bit of a clean. So bear with me. You hope. Bollocks, you prick. Nah, it should be good. Should be fine. Shouldn't be any issues now. Generally, these no power ones when it's not the power supply, or when there's a short on the 12-volt rail, it's generally easy enough. Like, I mean, anyone with a soldering iron, a hot air gun, and a multimeter can fix these no power things. They're not hard to solder. They're not hard to diagnose. As a general rule. They're not hard at all. Right, where have I put my thermal? Past that. It's right in front of me. Right, start some of that on there. Spread it out. I haven't started spreading it out for any particular reason, by the way. I just think it's a little bit more safe to add thermal paste and then spread it out. Damn you, Mr. Heatsink clamp. Get on. Your bar stool. Customer's power supply. Customer's power supply. And it's got I have got to brush down the components as well. Drop my brush. Customer's disk drive. Whoops. Knocking my cameras everywhere. And the customer's hard drive. There we go. Yeah, I might as well use all the customer's components, to be honest. Because I can make sure they all work then. Do. There you go. HDMI cable. One that I have confirmed works just recently. Yeah. It's now beep on, beep off. Which lights did I get for overhead? They are Niwa lights, mate. Nick, welcome, mate. How's it going, buddy? Beep on, beep off. He's a singer as well. Yeah, bad one. It spreads evenly over the pressure, under the pressure of a foot. Oh God. I haven't played Crossout, mate. No. Fuck you, Danny. Confirm, mate. Yeah. How you doing, Nick? Good to see you, mate. Oh, right. Well, this has probably took out the RAM because of it being phase 3. So now we're going to do some tests. To be fair, I mean, I didn't inspect the rest of the board for corrosion. It could still have some corrosion. First thing I'm going to do is just test a few standby voltages, but I'm assuming that they're all going to be there. Multimeter. Where is my multimeter? There it is. Another MOSFET controller. No, I've put a MOSFET controller on. It shouldn't have any more issues with it in terms of power phases. Right. Voltage mode. So let's go for 1.8 volt standby. Oh, we're missing. Oh, we haven't got it plugged in. Damn it. I got excited then. God damn it. 1.8 volt standby is present and correct. 1.1 volt standby is present and correct. 3.3 volt standby is present and correct because we wouldn't get it to try and turn on otherwise. 5 volt is present and correct. We have 3 volt here, here, 5 volts up here. Sorry, 12 volts there. The other one's 5 volts. Never mind. Yeah, 5 volts and 12 volts. Okay. Yeah, we're getting all of the required voltages there. Alright. Time to give it another inspection. So because we've got liquid damage there, we could have liquid damage around the RAM driver IC. Just inspect the ports, make sure we've got no damage to any ports, and we haven't. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Yes, this is gonna suck. Where the hell have I just put that? This is gonna suck. Pop. This is gonna suck because it could have took out some of the RAM. Let's have a look at this RAM driver area. Dear. Pray, welcome. Y'all dog, welcome. Can you do this for easy money as mate of mine has green screen of death? What do you mean by easy money, mate? I'm not sure what you mean there. That RAM IC there could have corrosion under it. So the problem is, it could be corrosion or it could be dust. I don't actually know. Let's test these MOSFETs here. So let's go into diode mode. Let's test the gate there. Ooh, we've got a blown MOSFET there, look. Well, I'll show you that on the camera in a second. That's blown. That's bad. That MOSFET is bad. 0.439 on that one, but this MOSFET is reading 0.03. Fixes on the side. Yeah, still not a clue what you're on about, mate. Are you fixing any PS5s? Not tonight, mate, no. Elaine, welcome. Right, if I go back to overhead a second. Go back to overhead. That MOSFET there is bad. 0.034. So if you look at this on a donor board, all of the RAM are bad on this. So just bear this in mind, that we've got a short on the output side of the 5 volt, the output side of the RAM driver IC here. So the RAM on this, all of the RAM is short. Stop trying to track my hand, go away. Yeah, all of the RAM, every single one on this is short. But if I go into diode mode and test this same MOSFET, 0.494. So we shouldn't be reading 0.03. 0.03 indicates how it's bad. All these fixes are on the side if the taxman asks. I'm not sure, Dennis. I'm looking for some myself, mate. I kind of screwed it for us all by posting a video the other day on how to fix the PS5 issue. Because a PS5 went for £400 yesterday. Faulty. They weren't going for that much last week, faulty. Right, so I may as well nick this MOSFET off this diode, off this donor board as well. And then if I do ever get round to replacing the RAM, then I can just replace 2 MOSFETs. This one's a beep on beep off on this donor board, but I do have the daughter board to it. Right, I'll go under the scope now. Yeah, £400 faulty, mate. Seems to be since I posted that video. It's increased prices. People are paying more because they think they're going to be easy fixes. If they're going to be foolish and do that just because I've posted a video, then you know that's their choice. You know, if they want to be foolish and pay more for it just on the off chance that it's the same issue. No, I'm on 480 at 40%, mate. So I have got the hot air set fairly high, but that's just because of like you're not going to kill a MOSFET by overheating it very easily. So I've got it set at 480 just to make it a little bit quicker. There you go, there's the bad one. Right. But yeah, I've just left it at 480 because it's just easier and quicker. Shit, I've gone way out of view there. Sorry. My bad. Right. Bit of leaded. squeeze. Thank you. Squeeze out the excess solder. And done. Let's hope that's not an internal board short. Because if it is, I've just wasted a MOSFET. So these sometimes do end up with an internal board short on these MOSFETs here. So if it's still short now, then it's going to be game over. I should have checked it before I put a new MOSFET on. But oh well. But sometimes this area here does end up with an internal board short. Like, you can remove every component from the area and it'll still get hot in that very specific area, and it'll still show short on that very specific trace. Alright, let me test again. Just confirm. 0.471. Awesome. So yeah, if you ever have a short on that MOSFET or this one here, and the short doesn't go away with the MOSFET being removed, then it's generally an internal board short. As a general rule. Right. So there's that. It's just, I've still got a little bit of thermal paste on there. I'm just going to spread some more out. I wonder what that guy was asking about jobs on the side. What, he was asking me to do it cheaper and not declare it to the taxman? I think that's what he was getting at. The answer to that will be no. The answer to that will be no. My prices are cheap enough. But the answer to that will still be no. A perfect amount indeed. No, it'll boot now, unfortunately. Thanks, mate. Cheers for the vote of non-confidence, mate. Any more votes of non-confidence, I'll be feeling like Boris Johnson. Ha! Oh, I went there. I went there. Yeah, I said it. Oh, God, he said it. He said it, he said it, he said it. You need to hire Steve to apply the perfect amount. I'll keep my prices low, by the way, because I do videos on it. So I can afford to keep it a little bit lower, because I earn extra cash off the video. I'm going to make at least £30 to £40 per video. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's extra money. So it means I can keep my prices a little bit lower than the average repair technician. Unless you're buying your service on eBay, then yeah. Then you'll get it for 30 quid, but you'll get a shit job. Right, here we go. Oh, you prick, it's took out the run. Oh, he's took out the run. Oh. Collateral damage. You wanker. You absolute wanker. Yeah, it's took out the RAM. Phase 3 controls RAM. It's either RAM or APU, one of the two. But phase 3 is a very important phase. cute, aren't they? The price is cheap enough, that's what she said. Yeah, we all know you don't know the tax man, Phil. We all know that, mate. You make that very clear. Time of death. I'm not replacing RAM. I'm not replacing RAM. Sandro, welcome. It's worth it to replace the RAM if it's just 1 or 2. 16, no. The problem is you don't know which RAM it is. That's gone. You don't know which one it is. That's gone. That's the issue. Yeah, I think it's a bit too late to start another one as well. It's like 2 AM. Well, almost. So I'll carry on with this for 10 minutes. I'll have another look around and see if I can pick anything up, but yeah, I think it's taken out the RAM. Unless I can find anything obvious, then I'm going to put it down to RAM, because phase 3 was what got took out. A lot of the time when phase 3 fails, it's not ending well. But it also took out the MOSFET for the RAM as well. So that's what leads me to believe that it's taken the RAM with it. And if it's sent 12 volts to the RAM, then they're all dead. Like, it's not just going to be one; it's going to be all of them. So let's just see if I can get any diode readings on these caps around the RAM. Actually, hang on a sec. One thing I haven't checked. The fuse just here. Yeah, it's took out the RAM. Yep. Yep, it's took out the RAM. So there's a short on that fuse there. Let me show you that. Oh, actually, here's the question. Because there's 2 scenarios here. So just here where C9F8 is, there's a little fuse. Well, it's actually a 0 ohm resistor just there. So this 0 ohm resistor, this is short right now. And from my experience, when that is short, it's taking out one or all of the RAM. And the only way to find out is to sit there and remove the RAM. So you can hear that beeping. 60 ohms and dropping. So here's the question. So it's not a dead short, but it is short. But here's the question. Which side of the fuse is short? If it's this side of the fuse, then great, we can fix it. If it's this side, the RAM side, then it's Tata Bob Eyes. I'll just move that up a little bit and get it off that pad. Break the connection. So let's just see which side of the fuse it is. Yeah, it's the wrong side. I'm not sure if you can hear that over the sound of the hot air. The hot air is going to turn off in a minute. 57 ohms and dropping. It's 57 ohms short. So it's not dead short, but it is short. Right. 3 seconds till the hot air goes off. There we go. So I'm assuming you can hear that beep now. Is the blue cap okay? Yeah, the Microsoft mark the cap. I don't know why. Which RAM did Chris say? Flop that one RAM, flush it out. Nah, it's not that, mate. It's not that. It's taking out the RAM. But that cap, I don't think this is meant to be short. I'm almost certain I confirmed that once before, and that's not meant to be short. No worries, Ed. Have a good night, mate. Is it actually meant to show up as short, mate? I still think it's taking out the RAM. I still think it's taking out the RAM for the simple reason being of what actually died. So unless that resistor died along with it, no. No. Yeah, I think that's just dust on this RAM chip. But I still think it's taking out the RAM. I can check diode readings on all of this RAM. See if I can get any strange readings. I'll do that on camera. It would have been the other way around. If the MOSFET goes bad, a MOSFET can fail one of two ways. Well, one of a few ways actually. You can fail open, so you can get a MOSFET which fails open. You can get a MOSFET that fails short to ground, or you can get a MOSFET that fails with the input side and the output side being shorted together as well. If it fails and it sends 12 volts from the input to the RAM, then it's game over. If you look at the MOSFET, if we run some power through this, so well, not even put power through it, just actually have it running, have it with power connected to it, and then we test the MOSFET, you'll see we've got 12 volts, but we shouldn't have 12 volts out. So if we test the output, well, I might not actually activate until it turns on. Never mind. Might not actually get that to activate until it turns on. I'm not 100% sure. Might need to switch the console on for that MOSFET to enable. And actually start to switch. Yeah. So we got, you can see it jump. 3.5, I'm not sure what it's actually meant to be, but so we get 2 point some odd volts on that cap there. Right, well, never mind that for a minute. I'm just going to test these caps on the RAM in diode mode. 0.2, 0.034, I think that's about right for RAM. Could have just taken something else there, because I'm getting somewhat okay readings here. Yeah, I'm getting okay readings there. RAM is obviously low impedance, so you're going to get low readings. 0.03 I think is about right for RAM. Never seen a RAM read bad on caps. No worries, Gareth. Thanks, mate. Have a good night, buddy. I can test for 5 volt on 51916. I still do think it's taken out the RAM. Let me just put this 0 ohm link back. Oh, I nearly made a mistake there. I didn't carry on with that. It was still plugged in. I nearly made a mistake on that one. Yeah, on standby, yeah. Right, let's check for voltage. So it's gonna be... I think it's that one there. Yeah, 5 volts. I'm sure it's one of these ones on this side. I can't remember. We get 5 volts there. We get 5 volts on this pin as well. So the RAM driver's working. We're not getting nothing here though, which is odd. But then again, it might need to boot to actually enable that. Yeah, 3.3 volts here. Alright, so that is just a low impedance line then. So I'm wrong there. I still think he's taking out RAM though, because just because of what blew. Either RAM or APU just because of what blew and where the damage was. And the fact that we're getting power in the right places. I think it's either going to be RAM or APU. Unfortunately, there is no way at all we can test the APU itself. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a no fix. I think it's going to be a no fix. Sadly, I think it's either taking out the RAM or the APU, just given what phase he's died. One of these here. I can't remember if this controls RAM or APU, this MOSFET here. It controls one of them. It powers one of them. It's either RAM or APU. I can't remember though. But just given the fact that we had a shorty MOSFET there, it don't usually end well. And then phase 3 as well doesn't usually end well as well. It sucks. I can't see any more corrosion on the board. So I think it's going to suck, but I think it is what it is. I don't see anything else. There's no real way to test the APU. Yeah, shit happens. Oh, one's a high side and one's a low side MOSFET. Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense, I suppose. Yeah, I think he's taken out the RAM. He's probably sent 12 volts straight to the RAM, to be honest. Unfortunately, if it's sent 12 volts to the RAM, because replacing 1 or 2 would be fine, and I've done it loads of times, but if it sent 12 volts, it sent 12 volts to 16 of them. And yeah, no one's replacing 16 apart from Andrew Henderson, but he's nuts. He's just an absolute nutbag. So yeah, I'm not gonna be replacing RAM. Like I said, if it has shorted MOSFETs, if it has sent 12 volts through, it sent it to all of them, and it would have killed every single one of them. So sucks to be this guy. That 3.3 volts drops down to either 1.8 or 1.5 after boost initialized. Oh, okay. Have you been sitting there playing around with them then, to try and get the known good voltages? I know I haven't. I'm just going based on experience. But yeah, right, I'm going to leave it there, guys, unfortunately. Sucks that I couldn't actually fix anything tonight. Technically, I did fix something temporarily. I've got a display on that other Xbox. Obviously, I've rejected that PS4. But other than that, yeah. Oh well, never mind. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. It is 2 AM. So I'm going to call it a night. And yeah. I should be streaming tomorrow. So I've got loads to do anyway, to be fair. Absolutely loads to do tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to go and have some food. And then I'm going to go and yeah. Have some food and then go to bed. 3.3 volts will be too high for RAM. It might be overclocked a little bit. Yeah, thank you all for hanging out, so I appreciate it. Thank you to Steve Teeley again for the gifts. I appreciate that again.